Whoo, man, what's up, y'all? So today's video topic, we're gonna talk about the relationship of, or really the dynamic of leverage versus power and how this relates with athleticism. All right. So first of all, fluid is often related with leverage, and fire is related with power, right? So if I were to ask you, actually I asked an intelligent man earlier today, I was like, what's more important to you? What do you value more, leverage or power? And he didn't even hesitate, man. He was like, leverage. I was like, why do you say leverage? And he said, well, I mean, what's power without leverage? I was like, you're absolutely right. I was thinking the same thing earlier. But to build off of that, you know, with our athleticism, what's the leverage, right? Because, well, before I go into because, what's the leverage? The leverage is fascia. The leverage is fluidity of our bodies, right? The smooth groove of movement. So what is missing in 99% of athletes? And it's fascia activation. So Ben, but like I hear you talk about fascia, but what is it? Really, man, to know what fascia is, you have to experience it. But if I were to tell you how to locate it in the body, it's the layer between the skin and the muscles of the body, to oversimplify it, right? And the huge benefits of fascia, it does give you the leverage, as in you don't use power, you don't try to out muscle things anymore. And as athletes in the West, you know, this is what 99% of people and athletes have been programmed to move and operate. They're conditioned to out muscle, to out willpower, everything, to burn out, right? With no leverage. They don't know what it's like to have leverage complement their athleticism and their power. And this just leads to huge burnout. So one of my recent discoveries with the dynamic of leverage versus power is learning how to redevelop leverage within our bodies. That fluidity of our movements, the groove of the movement, right? Whether it's, let's say you want to do a muscle up, right? Majority of us, just because we're so conditioned to be muscle driven, we want to go up there and we want to squeeze, we want to try our hardest to out muscle it. But really what you want to do is you want to start with training being as smooth as possible with as at least tension in your body as you can, right? You're working on the fluidity of the movement. So once you get that down, then you can start putting more power behind the movement, right? Because let's say if you were to out muscle it at first, that muscle up, for example, you would, a lot of dudes, they get, or not just dudes, women too, but athletes, or if you're training whoever's watching this, a lot of times when you guys are doing movements or weightlifting or muscle ups, you develop adhesions in the body, and this is from using muscle. When you're going off fascia, my mans, you're doing that leverage. You're tapping into the leverage of your body, and you're experiencing what it's like to have leverage. Everything becomes effortless. The way you walk, the way you move, the way you sprint when you jump, the elastic recoil from the foot to the glutes is out of this world. You just gonna be mind blown. Like really, it's gonna you tap into your essence again. Like everything becomes more playful. Like movement is so pleasurable. Like it's just so much more fun. You like, it's just, every time you go out and exercise and move or work out or play your respective sport or whatever it is, it's just gonna be so much joy. Like it's gonna feel brand new every single time. You know what I mean? And it's just different. Like you're not gonna operate the way you train as you normally would with muscle driven type workouts. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in the reps and sets and all these different things, which is cool depending on your purpose. But I'm telling you, fascia, when you tap into fascia, everything changes. Like your body isn't even connected the same way it is anymore. Like I said, like when you do a calf raise, you don't feel it in your calves anymore. You feel it in your glutes. That's mind blowing. That goes against everything Western movement has taught us, right? So yeah, this is just an example. So when you work with me, you get to tap in to finally feel what it's like to have leverage in your body, to be able to effortlessly move and have something just propel you with minimal effort, to experience that elasticity, that elastic recoil, that spring, right? So, man, this is incredible stuff, man. But yeah, this is the video for today. More to talk on leverage and power, all right? That's the video. Elevate.